Old man Woody likes the crooked cock.
But you're usually a dick to people that really don't matter that much, like cab drivers and.
The cab driver. We talked about this one,
that
right?
Don't matter.
It was like, okay, we don't know where we're going. You follow that cab, and then he stops at a yellow light, and it's like now he's like, oh, where are we going? I don't know. We covered this very clearly. Like, even in the beginning, it wasn't just like you follow that. It's like, we don't know where we're going. You've got to stay close to that cab. Like, that's your thing. You'd follow him. And then he didn't. And he stopped at a yellow light, which I think is a meter running up tactic. And now we're lost. We don't know exactly what the restaurant's called or where it is. And I was grumpy toward him. But, dude, follow that cab.
Get your shit together.
Get your shit together.
That was a real failure. That guy was bad. I'm trying to think of some other times. Yeah, we were going to the Capitol Grill for second dinner. I think you and I were in a cab, and maybe Kitty and and
Lozon or something were in the first cab.
Yeah, and then I had a girl with me. I don't know where she was at the time, but we were all split up, and we didn't know where the fuck we were going. We were really dependent on following Joe's cab, and he dropped the ball big time. And he was just like shocked. He's like, "So where are we going?" And he's like, "We don't know. Like that's why you're following." Oh, well, it's not my fault. You know, the light is yellow. I have to stop. And blah blah blah.
Yeah,
and then he got us there, and he parked. I guess Woody called Joe or something like that, and he got us there, and he parked us on the other side of the street. And Woody's like, "We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Go down here, turn around, and drop us off on the right end of the street. Like what the fuck?"
But there was something about the street that wasn't like easily crossable. It might have had a median or something. No,
and there was a lot
there.
of traffic.
Yeah, like it was the sort of thing where like you got to drop us on the right side of the street. That you're freaking cab. You know, like
that's a big part of being a cabbie is getting people where they need to go, not in the vicinity of it.
I've jumped out of
pretty
cabs
damn
before.
close. I believe you have.
Kitty's really short with them as well. She was like, "Do you know where the convention center is?" And if they're like, let me see. We're getting out. She's just like out of the fucking cab. Like, you don't know where the convention center is, and you're a cab driver. Like, we just don't even need to talk. Like, it's not gonna work,
dude. So I was watching this thing about like the future of the world. There's a lot of really interesting stuff happening here. So one is cars where they drive themselves, and the impact that will have. Like one, of course, like all that time could be regained. If cars drive themselves, you know, somehow they think that means that people will start sharing cars more. Car sharing is supposed to be a really big thing coming up. Uber is changing things in a really big way. They think that Uber is the next step for last mile delivery. Something like Uber. No longer do you have like UPS trucks solely devoted to the task of last mile. There'll be Uber drivers who just like pick things up, handle their neighborhood, and last mile becomes like a crowdsourced type thing.
I don't want that to be crowdsourced.
No,
I want a bunch of fucks in their 1997 Dodge Stratus driving around with the whole neighborhood shit in there. I don't trust that guy.
No, I don't either.
There's a reason those jobs exist. I don't want this guy looking through everybody's stuff.
Yeah, I want one of those professional
Miss Johnson is
hires.
Exactly. I want someone qualified.
It does seem like
that rigorous training.
I'm really impressed with supply chain management. Like, they're good at it now. The fact that Amazon can get anything to me in a day if I pay an extra like $4.99 blows me away.
That is pretty cool.
That's so shocking. And but yeah, what if the new thing, like, because the downside of like big infrastructure delivery that's so impressive, the downside of that is they can't really do 4-hour delivery. That's not a thing. But you could totally have like Uber like delivery scabs taking things from the grocery store to your house.
Have you guys used Uber?
I never have. My ex-girlfriend was driving for Uber around the time we broke up, and she was enjoying that. I know she had her pistol in the front seat though.
I sometimes I think of Uber as my plan B. Like, if shit gets really fucked up, I'm totally driving drunks around on New Year's Eve.
Oh God!
I'll make like $500 that night.
I don't know if it's safer to drive drunk or with Woody. I'm not really sure. I know you'll be more likely to get to your destination if you're driving drunk.
I just, it's like I'm not paying attention or something. I don't know. Now with the in construction, they're always like, you know Yonkers? There's that place on Yonkers? No, I don't know. I never leave my office ever. Like, I'm an expert in what my office is like. I don't go anywhere. I don't go no.
I didn't used to know road names. Like, it was just a thing. I never took the time to learn the names of the highways, even in my community, in the general roads. And it's only in the last 4 years or so that I've been like, I should really know what the name of the road that goes from here to there is. And I've like actually tried to memorize all that stuff. So when people are like, yeah, you just go down Highway 59, and you get to the T with 77, you make a left there, and you go all the way down to Airport, and you're there. And I'm just like, I don't know what any of that shit means. Like. Those are just random numbers.
Nowadays, like, someone tried to do that for me today. Oh, yeah, you just take capitals, you make it right on this. I'm like, dude, I'll Google Map this. This verbal direction? What is this, the 70s? Like, just stop it right here.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
You're going to take a left at the big tree, which is actually more helpful to me than street names sometimes when they give me little landmarks. They're like, there's a Dunkin' Donuts with a, old elderly guy sitting out front of it with fake no legs for Vietnam asking for money. Take a left. You're going to see a big oak on the right. Don't stop.
If you see Wendy's, you went too far. I like that.
Yeah.
I like to know, there's Wendy's. Fucking turn around. We can't be close.
And even though you went too far, there's still Wendy's, so you can stop.
There you go.
Refuel.
I just want Google Maps. Can you change the Google Maps voice from that awful woman?
Chicken nuggets are so good. I don't really know. Remember, I always change to a female voice. I don't like having a man tell me what to do.
My wife strongly dislikes the Google Maps female voice over the iPhone. I don't know if it's the iPhone speaker or the voice, but I'm willing to try anything else.
He's like, turn left at the next intersection. Like, fuck you, I'll go straight. I'll make 3 fucking rights and get there. Kiss my ass.
She strongly petitions for Apple Maps because the voice is more pleasant. But I'm like, Apple Maps, I don't know if I trust them.
I don't know about that. I use what do you call it? OnStar for most things. I navigate.
OnStar is amazing.
I had to navigate the other day to a lawyer's office out in Atlanta, and it was really jumbled up, and it was in an area where there were like a dozen lawyers' offices, and it was just like, well, which fucking one? But OnStar is it's great at that.
The only downside is, and it's probably not true anymore, but the OnStars I've seen you and your father own didn't have great displays. It didn't have like an 8-inch LCD display. It had like a 1-inch black and green. It
depends on the vehicle. Yeah, it definitely does. Like, I think if you've got the screen there, like the Navi screen, then I'm sure it's a much better service.
That's the way to, but I don't think they're offered on, well, they weren't offered on everything. They probably are now in 2015.
Yeah, probably so. I don't know. I don't know about in the Camaro or whatever. But the Camaro is a little better when you're driving it because it's got the heads-up display and the head, lasered on the windshield, and it's got pretty good navigation.
I forgot about that. I rarely see it because usually you drive the Camaro.
You got to be like right behind it to see it.
Yeah. So the Dodge Power Wagon has been my new.
The Power Wagon.
The Power Wagon, man. It's basically a Dodge 3/4 ton truck, like a 2500 series. It's lifted 2 inches and it has a winch in the front bumper. And I'm like, that's perfect. Because it all started when we did the PKA adventure with the whitewater rafting. And Kyle told me that the trucks I was looking at, like the half tons, I can't drive like an idiot in. Like, you can't just run over curbs and go into drainage ditches and stuff because they're street trucks. And they'll have like spoilers and things that get torn off. And I'm like, I didn't know that. But the Power Wagon is
got
totally
lots of plastic.
It's
lots
designed
of plastic
for
on
idiots.
Down low.
You have to climb into it. It's like a.
Can we see this thing? Because you told me about it the other day, and I actually didn't look it up. I was in the middle of a Civ game or something, but I don't even know what this Power Wagon looks like. But the name is awesome.
Well, you sure can. It
reminds me of the Pussy Wagon from Kill Bill. I hope it looks just like it.
It's gonna look like a 2500 series truck. Here's the first one I found.
So this is one that you're seriously considering?
Yes. I don't like the graphics on this one. It's a little too...
Oh, you gotta have the decal.
It's a little too look at me for my taste.
That's what makes it fast.
That's what makes it fast, huh?
Yeah.
God, these all have the decal, really.
Fucking truck.
Yeah. Look at that thing. Here's I think I like this one more.
I don't like those wheels and tires. I feel like the tires should be bigger.
I don't know if this one has the same wheels as the last one I showed you. But I like the sort of stealthy winch thing. If you look at that second picture, you can see the cables coming out and it's hooked into the toe and toe thing in the front. It's tall. It has a 6.4 liter Hemi. 6.4 liter V8 is a serious motor. There's like 400 some horsepower and 410 torque, if I remember right. And that'll get it done. That's a big time truck.
That is.
And I checked out the electronics that come with it. They're all very good, and it's
How much is it?
So a brand new one that's nice. It looks like the sticker was $60. I saw it on eBay for $50, and I did like forum searching and stuff, and people were getting they're like, this dealership was letting it go for a steal at $42 or something like that. So I guess it depends how lucky I am, but there's the range, like 42 to 50 is how much they cost.
Power wagon. I feel like it needs a fucking harpoon on it or something.
That'd be cooler than a winch.
Yeah, it would.
Not as practical.
You never know. What you could just press a button and maybe like laser aim it from inside, then push a button and fucking.
That would take a whole new level to road rage. You're like, avast ye, and you shoot it into the fucking Corolla in front of you and keep it close till the next exit.
This thing has been. I've actually gotten a little bit of truck fever. Like Wings of Redemption used to get truck fever, and he would go and buy the truck. Like, he'd get
Didn't
truck
he have
fever.
4 trucks at one point?
He had a few.
He had. I think he bought. I forget if it was 3 or 4 vehicles in a year.
2 trucks and a Tahoe, something like that.
You forgot the car. He got a car in there too.
What kind of car?
I don't remember.
I'm not sure about this car. I remember. So he got
maybe it was 2 trucks in 1 year, and a Tahoe for his girlfriend. He bought his girlfriend a Tahoe, and they were so serious they broke up like a month later or something. He was quick to be. I guess. He got a feeling of satisfaction out of being a provider. I think that was the scoop behind that. And and he bought her a Tahoe. So but I've got truck fever now.
He'd definitely get carried away with it. He'd push the button. Like he wouldn't want Wings controlling the nuclear arsenal. He'd be quick to just fucking let him have it.
Whereas I'm in this planning, we've got other things to buy, and
it just happened. Like I remember he'd just be like, "Oh yeah, this truck, blah blah," and I was like, "What do you mean? I thought your truck was red." Well, no, this one's pearl white, and I'm just like, "Holy shit, that's like a $45,000 truck with a Roush engine in it or something like that."
Yeah. And they were nice trucks that he wasn't happy with.
Very nice trucks that he had. I don't remember what the other one was. I remember there was the pearlish white one
with the
I ended on that note. I love the wordplay.
That was the best shit I've ever heard.